So, a very good morning to all the second semester students of Department of Business Administration, GC College. Today, I have circulated the next part of your notes in your WhatsApp group, and this discussion which I have uploaded in YouTube is basically a discussion dedicated to the notes. So, I believe that all of you are done with your preparation of the notes till now, which I have circulated. Till now, I have circulated the notes related to the concept of human resource planning, the importance of human resource planning, the steps involved in human resource planning, and there was also a discussion on human resource information system and succession planning. So the syllabus of human resource management is quite vast. Each of the unit, if you see, then the syllabus is quite vast, so it would take time to complete each of the unit. The next two notes which I am supposed to circulate in your WhatsApp group, and the discussion which I am supposed to conduct and upload in the YouTube video would be related to recruitment and selection, which I will do in the due course of time. Today, if you look at the notes which I have circulated in the WhatsApp group, it is basically a notes on job analysis. So you can understand that this is also an exercise of the human resource department which will follow human resource planning. Job analysis is basically an evaluation of the nature of the jobs in the organization. So before a job is assigned to an individual, it is important for the organization to know the nature of the jobs. Initially, job analysis was only confined to the jobs performed by the operatives. But over a period of time, this has extended its coverage, and now the job analysis is also performed to cover the managerial jobs in the organization. So, as you look at the notes, there is a human resource management expert whose name is Flippo. He has defined job analysis as the process of studying and collecting information related to the responsibilities and the operations of the job. So the products of job analysis are job description and job specification. Or you can say that these are the two components that the human resource department will derive at after the job analysis exercise is carried out. Let me tell you what is job description is. Job description is basically a written statement which will narrate the job title, the tasks, the duties and responsibilities, and the relationship of a particular job with the other jobs in the organization. It will also prescribe the hazards, the working conditions, and the stress that may be involved in the job. So you can understand the job description is basically a narration of the different factors that are associated with the job. It could be job title, it could be job description, it could be the working condition, it may also be the social environment in which the job is carried out. It could be the machines, tools, and the resources which are available to carry out the job, and the relationship with other jobs. What does relationship with other jobs means? That no job in the organization is performed independently. There is an interconnectedness or interrelatedness among the different jobs that are performed in the organization. For example, the human resource activities are related to the activities of the financial management department or the marketing management department. So, job description would also be a description or a narration regarding how the activities of different departments are interconnected. But whatever be it, job description is basically a narration of all the activities that are related to the job performed. But what is job specification? Job specification is also known as man specification or employee specification. It is basically a narration of the qualities that are required for an individual to carry out the job. So you can understand that job description is a narration of the attributes of the job, whereas job specification is a narration of the attributes of the job holder. So although job specification is derived on the basis of job description, so job specification will narrate the personal characteristics of the job holder. That could be in terms of age, gender, educational qualification. It could be also the physical attributes. That could be in terms of height, weight, because in some jobs the physical attributes is also very important. It could be in terms of mental characteristics such as judgment, foresightedness of the job holder, or it could be in terms of social and psychological characteristics such as the manners of the individual, the conversational ability. But job specification will narrate all the qualities that are required for a job holder to carry out the job. So you can understand that unless and until the attributes of the job and the attributes of the job holder are not known by the human resource department, the recruitment and the selection function cannot be carried out. So you can say that the job analysis is also a function which will precede the recruitment and selection function. So what are the uses of job analysis, or why job analysis in the organization is carried out? The first point, if you look at it, it is basically the organizational design. So what actually does design means, and how it is explained in this context? Design is basically a network of relationship in the organization. That means how different functions or different positions in the organizations are wired together or networked together is being explained through organizational design. So organizational design will involve the task of identifying the different jobs in the organization, uh, classifying the different jobs on the basis of similarity, and assigning the jobs to different employees in the organization. So you can understand the job analysis will provide the relevant information for the organization to complete the tasks of organizational design. Job analysis will determine the contents of a job. Job analysis will determine the duties and responsibilities that are to be performed in the job. So, and it will also determine the interrelationships among different jobs. So, by this, the organization will be able to, create a network of relationships among the different positions in the organizations, or the different functions that are to be carried out in the organization. The next, use of job analysis, it's recruitment and selection. So you can understand that the total process of recruitment and selection, an elaborate discussion of what recruitment and selection is, will be done in the subsequent classes. But for the time being, you can obviously understand that recruitment and selection is a part of human resource acquisition. So a total process of human resource acquisition is based on the principle of matching the job holder with the job. So basically matching the job and the job holder requires identification of different job related factors that would be in terms of tasks and responsibilities to be performed, or it would be identifying the characteristics of the job holder that would be in terms of knowledge, skills and experience. So job analysis will provide information related to both these aspects. That means both the job related factors and the job holder related factors will be unfolded with the help of job analysis. The next use of job analysis is compensation. Uh, One of the most important need of job analysis is to identify the worth of different jobs with a view to relate the compensation, which would either be basic or supplementary compensation, with the different jobs, or relating the compensation, that is basic and supplementary compensation, to the different worths of the job. It should not happen that you are overpaying an employee. Now, to avoid overpayment or underpayment, it is important for the organization to know what is the worth of a job. Unless and until the organization ranks the different jobs in the organization, the compensation or the wages and the salaries of the employees in the organization cannot be fixed. So this is basically the identifying the worth of the jobs is basically understood through job specification and job description, which is provided by the job analysis. Now, the next use of job analysis is performance appraisal. Let me tell you that an elaborate discussion of performance appraisal will be held in our succeeding classes. But for the time being, keep in mind that performance appraisal is a process by which the employees' performance in the organizations are evaluated in the light of different standards which the organization has set. Say, for example, I have set with the teachers of the Department of Business Administration sets a standard for the students that all the students should score 80% marks on the exam. Now, to what extent have you been able to meet the standard? Or to what extent have you been able to, or were you unable to meet the standard, is something that you derive after performance appraisal. Now, what happens after performance appraisal? The organization will be able to determine the payment. The organization will be able to determine the promotion, or the organization will be able to determine the pay increase of the employees in the organization after performance appraisal. So you can understand that the standards that the organization needs to set, and the standards which will be compared with the actual performance of the employees in the organizations, are derived at after job analysis. And the next is safety and health. Of course, you can understand that there may be many health hazards that are associated with different jobs. Now the organization would evaluate the different jobs, and the organization would be able to identify the different health hazards that are associated with different jobs, and the informations will be conveyed to the different employees who are performing these jobs after the job analysis. So till now you study, you see whether there is any confusion. The next part of the discussion will be the different techniques which are involved to carry out the job analysis activities. So till now you study and you see whether there is any confusion.